Well, hi, this is Jeremy, aka Mr. Variety, um, signing in here. Check out some pants here. Turn this on. So they go high. I can see the pants process. See, these are the new zipper I got to put on. That's face up, and then it's the old zipper that I took apart. So how did I take this old zipper apart? I noticed that this I can take this out and use it as kind of a prop a little bit, you know. And I have this pinned down a little bit so I can keep it in place. Just a little bit of being in place so I don't lose the spot. But earlier today, oh, jeez, sorry, what a bad video demo. Anyway, I essentially took this part of the zipper and that part of the zipper, the other side of this, and also this is garbage. There's a flap that's on these fancy pants. Okay, this is really ticking me off. This works better when I'm holding a huge freaking camera. Alright, this is really ticking me off. Alright, I just broke my freaking guides. Right. Anyway, no, I did not. So I still have my guides. They're still in there. They're still pinned in there. Okay. Anyway, there are flaps here. And I had to undo the flaps like so. They were actually stitched in there. One solid stitch across there. But actually that stitch, ow, put myself, runs across this front line right there, where the zipper actually connects. That front line is the same line as this back line here. This back line connects that flap and as well as the top and bottom flap of this zipper attachment, as it were, because there's a bottom part and a top part, and somehow oh, that's right, because there's a that quadrant of those pants, that's right, and this quadrant of this pants had to be joined with the zipper, with that part of the zipper. This part of the zipper is not too tricky. At least it doesn't seem like it at a glance. Again, I'm just doing this with one hand, so chill. But I did find out, again, all of this work could be done with one tool. That's this tool right here. The small seam ripper tool. Oop, other end. Dummy. And you just go in really careful like and pull back. Not gouge forward, but pull back. You're trying to pull one piece of thread at a time. Not gouge the entire thing, but pull back one thread at a time. So you're pulling back one thread at a time. Eventually, you'll pull one thread, and you try to stretch the seam and pull one thread and stretch the seam until eventually you'll get well, you won't get that. You'll eventually stretch one of these seams, and you'll work your way all the way down to there, and then you'll be able to do that on the other side. But what I also found was, at first I was like, oh man, this the zipper goes all the way inside of it actually went inside of like right there. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to open up all this crap. Actually, no. this actually jams up inside of there, and then you sew it in right from there. I'm like, oh, that's good. What a relief. So anyway, I'm just gonna have to do that same thing over here with a seam ripper. Is take that seam ripper and unjam that thing from underneath there. However that thing gets jammed in there. But I just wanted to say that you have to pin this from both sides. That side, and separate pins for that side for the other quadrant of the pants, or piece of the pants, you know, that has to attach to. But the main idea is that you're very careful when you seam rip, and then pay attention to what you seam rip, and then if you have to pause for a while, just put your work back together, and then track back, you know, put it back on the table how you left it, you know, so that you know, and maybe make a reference video and put that zipper on top so you stay motivated, you know, like, oh hey, that's cool, I can do that. In fact, the very last time I worked with these pants was even just getting the zipper out of there, like out of this thing, was just putting the pants on the back of this chair and putting this thing on top of the closed packet on top of this, you know, until I'm like, wait a second, this is how the zipper lays, like on the back of the chair. Oh, I can almost see the part laying on that, kind of like that. You just kind of really wriggle your way into it, nice and slow, like. Well, anyway, let me flip this camera around a little. I am so tired. Still working through medication and headaches. You know, some headaches that last a long time, like weeks, almost. Seems like months even. Like, and they make me real tired. Where I all I have the energy to do is just sit and rest, and sleep sometimes a lot, and take me like an hour to even get out of bed. And it's a process of getting out of bed, just because the medication is strong, the headache is also strong. They're like two big bad guys saying, hey, I'm gonna beat you down, and I'm like, okay, well, which one of you guys is first? Both of us. I'm like, no, you can't do both at the same time. You're not that good. Maybe they are. I really am not that coherent enough to know. Sometimes. But anyway, sometimes it's hard, but anyway, I just want to make some notes real quick before I had to get back to it. Sometime in the month of October, it's like it's another cold day in hell. You know, like Mr. Under Siege Gull is saying, because he has the gull. You know. Yeah. I'm also building a huge table downstairs, 3/4 inch thick OMF board. It's really thick, and like really thick, like bar stool legs, really reinforced. And it's going to be, and it's 44 inches by 24 inches in length and width. The tabletop is. So, and the height is going to be like, I think 40 inches or something like that. So that way I can put stuff up, you know, and you know, get my feet under it and stuff, you know, and have more mobility and room, you know. Yeah, I got the easy part. I got the hard part out of the way, is cutting the tabletops. So I had them perfect. So now I gotta just do the rest with the cutting the handsaw with the cutting the legs, and other stuff. I've been meditating on. Like I'll be waking up. I'll be in bed. I'm like, I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to wake up. My brain's like, you know how you could put that wood together? I'm like, oh God, no, not you, not you. No, no. I'm trying. No. I'm like, the board is my shepherd. I shall not nail. I'm like, God. You know. You know. You know. Yeah. I shall not nail gun. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, trying to get things together, things in order. Trying to get my voice back as well. My voice has been gone for weeks, actually months, most of this year. But I've been trying to stay on the program as much as possible. Like yesterday morning and most mornings I've been waking up like what's been my like, alarm clock, not my alarm clock, but my congestion. Like, oh, time to get up. You know, because there's no way I'm gonna stay lying down with this situation. So, yep, I have to do something about this. But I need to get my voice back, and I'm trying to train my voice too, by listening to recordings and trying to sing what I can sing, rest when I'm supposed to rest. If it hurts, don't do it. Instead of coughing, drink water. And people, they recommend more. Well, I'm going to offer you some lozenges. I'm like, I can offer you some shut the hell up. I'm going to drink some water because this is what vocalists do. Thank you though. But anyway, no, but thank you though. People are trying to be like kind, but they just don't have the training. I can't blame them. They don't have the training. You know, that's society. You know, hinder help. That's the program. But I'd like to do some recordings of audio. Just again, health above all. And take care of health first. That's for sure. But I'm getting through this zipper project. I've never done zippers before, but I'm getting it. I'm finally successfully dismantling the zipper. I have not broken this yet. I have not broken these pants. They're still intact. They're ready to be, re-zipperized. Re-zipperized. Yeah. Yeah. Still designing like graphics and stuff like that, but not trying to push them as much because you got to be a bazillionaire in order to make gazillions of dollars. Plus, you have to have a voice in order to push the product, and you have to have time. You have to have web space, and you have to be able to go to events to be like, hi, I'm real. Look at me. Well, look at this. I have a real product. Would you like to see this real product? And you have to be not invited to the events, but a person who is inviting others to your event because they want to come, or like trade shows and stuff, where you're just like, hey, random people, here's some stuff. Advertisers, have them find the stuff that they want because they're actually looking for the stuff, not, hey, let me force this stuff in your face and hope you like it. I know what's going on. I've just been too broken to make it work, and I'm a heck of a salesperson. Gosh darn it, but just need to get my self back to spec, or at least find a happy medium. But Les Paul though, says when you set your mind on something and tell yourself that you're going to do it no matter what, or something like that, and being resolute and determination, having determination. I think that was one of the Les Paul's, the guy that invented multi-track and recording, and the guy that invented the Les Paul guitar, and many other inventions that you and I and many others enjoy, including B.B. King enjoyed during the time of his career. And audio for video, or audio for picture, I should say. But being resolute, being determined, and having setbacks, being innovation, having innovation, and doing it better, doing it smarter, finding the way to do it when everyone else is just like, we know what we're doing, and you're like, watch this, and they don't believe you for a long time until eventually they're just sucking your wake, and you're like, look, pal, I'll come back and pick you up, just grab the ropes. Hang on. I'll even teach you how to drive this thing if you want. Just believe me for a second. You can disbelieve me. You can go back to disbelieve me if you want, but these are the facts. Anyway, I gotta get going here. It's been too long of a day. It's too much to do and too little resources sometimes, it seems. And I'm like, wasn't this supposed to be about zippers? Zip it! Pants zippers. I better. Oh, it's getting cold outside, like wintertime cold. So, nice thing about the air conditioner, let me check this out. Let's see if this popped open or something like that. Did that pop open? No, it did not. Actually, stood the test of hooking up and staying hooked up. That's good. I just need to disconnect this for wintertime, and that's it. And probably just keep that where it is, and keep that where it is all year round. That'll just pump air into the other room, and keep things circulated. And I can still keep this here, and I still need to change this thread. That's almost out of the khaki thread. Anyway, I plan to eventually learn how to do the invisible zipper, but for now I'm just using the all-purpose zipper, 7 inches of zipper action. Again, just stuck with the 7 to 9 inches just to keep things standard. You can always trim those. I had this idea. You can probably do some hot glue, or some kind of glue, and put inside your phone case, and you put some of that stretch stuff inside your phone case, and the size of a business card, and you can have business cards inside your phone case, inside. The way you need to sneak someone a quick business card, you can. People will be like, huh? Oh, sorry, I was just checking my phone. Yeah. Yep. That's all the crap over there. I still got to put my computer back there. It's a functioning computer. I just need to get a monitor for it, and $200 camera so people can watch me on my live stream, and at least 2 or 3 hard drives so that I can back up the hard drives on a regular schedule. I gotta rest. I'm trying to rest first and be like, okay, figure out the other crap later. Mathematics. See, it's already 25% relative humidity. Yeah, it's like 7:10. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So I gotta be at work in 4 hours. Anyway, that's it. 20-minute stream thingy. Piece of cake. See you later. Bye. Jeremy, Mr. Variety. Who needs designers? Who needs designers? @ who needs designers? @ who needs designers? All one word. And that's you can find the socials for that. And then usually I do this on my phone, but it's charging right now. I might do this later because I'm charging too. Peace out and stuff.